The small utility segment is growing like crazy. It's amazing how many more small utilities you can fit into this category. Well, this is the newest one to the list. This is the Chevrolet Trailblazer. What's really interesting is that this small ute packs some huge features. The Trailblazer comes as an LS, an LT, an Active, or an RS trim. Now the Active has a more rugged body appearance to it, and this RS really concentrates more on style. So let's have a look at this RS. Well, first of all, the grille. I'm a fan of how they've actually separated the grille. There's a top and a bottom, even though this is not functional on the top here. And the way that they've formed this grille, I like the shape of it. Also a nice stylish black chrome accent piece separating the two. You have a nice black bow tie and the red RS, and that complements the black paint of this vehicle as well as the red roof. So this has a two-tone paint to it. Standard are halogen headlights. However, if you do opt for the tech package, you also get LED headlamps. Standard wheels are 17-inch, while this RS gets 18-inch wheels. When you're looking from the side, you might think, hey, this small utility doesn't actually look that small, really. And you know why? Because it really isn't. If you compare it to some of its competition, like the Hyundai Kona, the Kia Seltos, or the Toyota CHR, it's actually longer than all of those. And usually if it's longer, you might even get more space. Let's have a look in the back. The back is quite stylish as well. Making a stealth appearance is the Trailblazer all-wheel drive logo, black on black. So it looks pretty good. You have the red RS. I like this carbon fiber-like look on this rear valance. It looks very, very sporty. You get dual exhaust on this, and the backup camera is hidden right underneath this tailgate area, and I like that because it's going to kind of shelter it from rain and things like that coming through. Now, you can't see right now because it's daytime, but at nighttime or when it gets darker, there is a Chevrolet logo that gets projected when it gets darker when you get close to the vehicle, because this has a hands-free power tailgate. Now, I haven't had a lot of success in getting to open because I might be in the wrong spot or kicking it wrong. I'm sure if you own this vehicle, you would get used to it, but let's give it a shot right now. So it's around here. Oh well, anyways, I did get it to work. So it does work, and once again, like all of these systems, you just have to get used to them. So inside, I have my camera bag here, and you can see there's a fair amount of room. Now, I just recently tested the brand new Subaru Crosstrek, which is in the same category as this vehicle, and I had the exact same thing side by side, seeing how much room they both had. And of course, this one does have more room than that Crosstrek. And what's nice is this floor area, it's flush here, but if you need more room, you can just pull this board, the floor, and lower it down. And you're gonna gain a few inches of depth here, a large area. If you need more space, you have 60/40 rear seats. I can't really fold them down right now because I have some kids' car seats there right now. But overall, plenty of room for basically a subcompact SUV. Just because this is a small utility doesn't mean that it can't have some big car features and even some premium luxury car features. Starting, first of all, let's get to it. In the center, this has the upgraded 8-inch display, by the way, and it has Apple CarPlay and Android as standard. But get this, you can get this with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And up until now, this would be only found in $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 German import premium vehicles. And now you're getting it in the Trailblazer. And this is the very first vehicle that this is implemented on in the Chevrolet lineup. It will make its way to other products very soon. You also get a nice stylish flat bottom steering wheel. a 4.2-inch information screen. The overall fit and finish is very good. Now, a lot of this is plastic, fantastic, but it doesn't look like it though. It does not look like a shiny, hard plastic. It looks like a soft material. It is a little bit softer around the center, the midsection of the dash here, and the materials all look really good. Even the shiny parts aren't even picking up a lot of fingerprints. You have some nice red accents in the stitching around the air vents and even in the shifter. Now, speaking of air vents, one thing I did notice when I've been driving this is that the fan is quite loud for the air vents, even when you don't even have it blowing really hard, and you definitely do hear it. So I don't know if I've adjusted them as much as I could, and yeah, it just seems like it's a little bit louder than usual. This also does have a large panoramic roof. That is an option, but on a vehicle this size, it almost goes right back to the back of the rear passenger's head. So it really opens this vehicle up. You get wireless charging with the tech package, as well as a Bose stereo system. For connectivity, you have 4 USBs in total, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and they are split between USB-C and standard USB. Also, a 12-volt outlet in the front and in the back as well. Now, speaking of the back, there is a small hump in the middle, but you know what? The best way to test it out, let's put some kids back there. Welcome to a smoky, hazy day on the West Coast. This is rated as some of the worst air in the world right now because of all the wildfires in California and Oregon. So bear with us if it looks kind of like hazy at nighttime, but the sun is behind there somewhere. We are in the RS, and there are 2 power plants available for this Trailblazer. The base comes with a 1.2-liter turbocharged engine. It puts out 137 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque, and that's mated to a CVT, continuously variable transmission. And then you get to the RS that we have here, and that has a 1.3-liter turbocharged engine, and that puts out 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque, and that's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. The torque though, that's one thing you notice immediately when you get in, start it up, and actually put it into gear and go, because it pulls right when you just touch the pedal, almost too much at times. When you're not quite used to it, you actually start driving a little bit jerky a little bit, because you're like, oh wow, this thing has a little bit of a pep to it. But once you get used to it, it's fine. Fuel economy is a little bit interesting. It's rated for 8.9 liters per 100K in the city and 7.8 on the highway for the all-wheel drive version that we're driving right now. And we are averaging over 100 kilometers now. Mind you, we are on the highway. That's why you hear a lot of highway noise, the tire noise. This is that real rough pavement. We go into the smooth stuff once in a while here, but we're averaging 8.2. So basically with pretty well close to what they're actually rating it. However, if you're doing just mainly city driving and you're hitting that turbo a lot, I have found on average I'm over 10 liters per 100K, which is not that great if you think for a small little engine. But yeah, if you even it out, it's going to be under 10 liters per 100K though, if you are doing some highway driving. Earlier we showed you there is decent room back there for even myself, but with the 2 kids back there, they have zero issue. I'm very, very impressed how much storage room and how much passenger room there is for that back seat. How is it back there, kids?
Spacious? Lots of room?
Yeah, so they're hush-hush right now. I don't know why. Probably, yeah, they're tired of the long road trip here. But yeah, so a lot of room. I like the huge roof, adds a lot of light into this, and it's sometimes you have to remind yourself this is basically it's a subcompact crossover. It's a small vehicle, it's a small footprint, but it does have big features in here. As for cruising, the ride is what you'd expect from a vehicle this size. For longer trips, it'd be nicer to have something larger with a longer wheelbase, makes it a little bit more smooth. The ride is complacent and very predictable. You have plenty of brakes for this vehicle. The power is adequate, but just to show you, we are on the highway, we're doing 110 kilometers an hour. There is a a sport mode, and we also have an all-wheel drive button. So you can actually switch from two-wheel to all-wheel drive if you want. So if you really don't need it, especially for highway driving, we have it in two-wheel drive, and that's going to save you more fuel, obviously. Okay, so from 100K to the floor. Okay, we are shifted up. That is 130 kilometers an hour. That's how long it took for us to go from 100K to 130. That's not bad, you know, considering that is a pretty quick rolling start. If you're driving in two-wheel drive and you put it into sport mode, all-wheel drive is automatically engaged. This vehicle is loaded with a lot of standard safety features, so let's talk about that. Standard, you get Chevrolet Safety Assist, and what does that include? Well, you get automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, you get lane departure warning, forward collision alert, automatic high beams, you get the rear camera, OnStar, and Teen Driver as well. And if you're wondering what Teen Driver is, it means that you can set different restrictions for your teen if they're just starting to drive. So optional safety items, rear park assist, lane change alert with blind spot and adaptive cruise control, and an HD rear vision camera. You know the saying, good things come in small packages. Well, that's the case with this new Trailblazer, except it's actually not that small. The Trailblazer starts at just over $23,000, tops out at just over $35,000, as you see here in the RS trim with the convenience package, the tech package. And you know what? I think Chevrolet has done a very good job, and it's a very nice addition to the small SUV category.